Do you know the percentage of new businesses that fail in the first 3 to 5 years? According to the experts, approximately 80% of businesses fail within that period of time. However, recently they've been dividing new business startups into 2 categories. The first category is businesses started by people with 5 years or more of business experience. And the second category is businesses started by people with no business experience at all. And the statistics turn out to be very different for these groups. Businesses started by people with experience in business have a 90% or better success rate, whereas businesses started by people with no experience have a 99% failure rate. Now, does that make sense? Of course it makes sense. If you don't have any experience, how can you make a business successful? Business is too complicated. Every so often I have people come up to me and say they want to borrow money from the bank to start a business. And I said, well, have you built a successful business before? And they say no. And I say, well, then there's no banker on earth that's going to lend you any money. The only way that you can borrow from the banks is when you can demonstrate to them that you don't really need it, or that you have at least 2-to-1 asset coverage. Now, the reasons are obvious why people with experience succeed and why people without experience fail. It's the same in life. People with success knowledge and experience succeed, and people without it fail. We know that the more successful you are, the more success experiences you have, the more likely it is that you will be successful in other things. We know that the fewer success experiences and the less success knowledge you have, the less likely it is that you'll be successful. Do you know the success rate for an established franchise, one that's been in business for at least 5 years? Well, according to the experts, it's 70 to 90% success rate. McDonald's, for instance, has over 8,600 outlets, and they haven't had a failure in 25 years. Now, why should this be? Well, the reason is simple. A franchise is a proven success system. It is a system based on years of trial and error. All you have to do with a franchise is to do what you're told, follow the system, and your success is almost guaranteed. A McDonald's executive told me once that the best franchisees are farmers. Because if farmers come off the farm and into the city and start a franchise, they will do exactly what McDonald's tells them to do. They will not try to improve on the methods, or they will not try to shortcut the methods. They will do exactly what they're told to do, and they'll do it over and over again. And he said that every single farmer that has ever bought a McDonald's franchise has been extremely successful. Whereas very often, MBAs and people from the universities and people with previous business experiences will buy franchises, and they'll try to change the system. Instead of following the success principles, they'll try to change the system, and they run into nothing but problems. The principles in this program are like a franchise, a proven success system, based on my 20 years of research and practice, as well as the research and practice of hundreds of the smartest and most successful men and women that America has ever produced. One of the great keys to success is to use proven success methods. Learn from the experts. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Life is too short for that. Surprisingly enough, most people either never study success, or if they do, they ignore what they've learned and try to do it all on their own. An amazing fact of human nature is that once we develop a system or an idea or a method that works for us, we have a tendency to discard it and try methods that don't work and then be amazed at our lack of success. Now, this is almost a sure prescription for failure.